Welcome, everyone. Welcome into this week's Earth Signs live readings for the week of June 20th through June 26th. So, we are looking at Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. We are on a rescheduled time. So, I do apologize for the delay. I know several of you will be coming in and watching this on the replay. Thank you so much for being so patient with me this week. It has been a very busy week. But just remember, timestamps are always in the description box. You'll just want to scroll down to the bottom and you can click Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, and it will take you exactly where you want to go. I do want to talk about the astrology a little bit. We actually did water signs earlier, and we talked about it then, but we do have a planet parade going on. It's a very unique astrological event that's happening. It won't happen again until 2040. The last time it happened, I believe, was 2004. So there is quite some time apart. So it'll be quite some time before it happens again. I did go through and talk about the different planets that are in the planet parade. The planet parade is actually visible to the naked eye. You can walk outside right before the sun comes up and see these 5 planets. And on June 24th, the crescent moon is going to join in, which will also make it easier for you to be able to spot which planets are which. But we have Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn in this planet parade. And I did talk about how Mercury is out of retrograde now, so communication should be a lot clearer. And this goes on until September. I talked about Jupiter being in Aries, and that's very much about expansive action. It's big moves being made, especially if you have Aries in your chart. And then we also talked about Saturn. We talked about how Saturn is like the dad planet, the planet that makes all the rules and regulations, right? And Saturn is in retrograde from June 4th through October 23rd. So right now we're learning really big life lessons. I also talked about Venus and Mars. Venus and Mars are in their perspective, their home spot in the universe. But Mars, Mars is that planet that is kind of rules Aries. And so think about all the Aries people that you know. Aries people tend to be a little defiant sometimes. They go against the grain. Aries people can very much, it's very much like proving people wrong is kind of what an Aries does, right? And so right now, divine feminine energy, which is Venus, and Venus does rule both Libra and Taurus, and Mars, which is divine masculine energy. So if you're on the twin journey, these 2 planets are very significant to you. And you really want to look on your chart to see where they are. But you'll notice that right now, Mars is squared to Pluto. And a square, guys, is where things are not getting along. You know, they're squared off. It's kind of like I always see it like a toe-to-toe, like a boxing match. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's all happening in the house of Capricorn. And this is kind of happening right now, and it's building up, and it's very much going to come to a head by July 1st. So I did say in the water signs to take that information, do what you will with it. I do feel like Venus and Mars, divine masculine and divine feminine, it's kind of like a yin yang situation, right? We're very much supporting one another and breaking free at the same time. So it's very significant to this planet parade and the different things that are happening with the planets that are in the parade. So yes, guys, if you want to see it, I did show a little pictures I got from AccuWeather. There you go. So you can see Mercury is right there on the horizon, and this is what it's going to look like on the 24th when that crescent moon moves in between Venus and Mars. You see the crescent moon right there between Venus and Mars. That's going to help you be able to see where the other planets are, where they're located. Remember, guys, you won't be able to see the rings on Saturn unless, of course, you do have a telescope, but you're still going to be able to see that bright light coming from that planet. And it's just an amazing experience. And again, won't happen again until 2040. All right, I do want to say really quick, Facebook stars, thank you, thank you, thank you. We've starting our second month of monetization, and Facebook stars is already through the roof. Facebook did extend our stars bonus for the month. I think I told you guys it was the 1 month, it was the last month that we were going to be able to do it. So we've actually been able to extend it to the second month. So thank you guys, everyone who sent Facebook stars just in the last couple of days. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's very significant, and I just want you to know that after we make a certain point, like a certain amount, Facebook does match that back. And so that, I mean, it jumps really quickly. So I just want to say thank you guys for sending the Facebook stars. We appreciate it so very much. All right, I think that's all I wanted to talk about before we jump into the signs. I'm kind of interested to see how Taurus is coming out from last week. With the financial situation. And then, of course, I'm kind of interested to see what's going on with Capricorn with those two big planets up there, you know, coming to Capricorn's house to duke it out. So I'm kind of interested to see how it's going to play out. All right, so let's do Taurus. Let's timestamp Taurus at 5:48. So Taurus, this is going to be for the week of June 20th through June 26th. Remember, on June 24th is the day that the crescent moon moves into the planet parade, and it will be visible, guys. You can go outside right before sunrise, and you don't have to have a telescope. All right, so let's do the angel inspiration. It's what I've been using today for energy of the week. So Taurus, let's look at energy for June 20th through June 26th. So we have the Trust the Flow card and Nurture Your Dreams on the bottom. All right, so Taurus, Trust the Flow tells me that something's happening. The road can seem a little bumpy right now. You could be experiencing some difficulties, challenges, and you're trying to do something, trying to get, I see like a person going down a road, and it's like the goal is the end of the road, but they keep coming up against different obstacles. And Spirit's saying that every obstacle you're experiencing, Taurus, is teaching you something. There's a purpose for it. Trust the timing too, because Trust the Flow can say that you're wanting something to come quickly, and Taurus Spirit could be saying there's always divine timing. You have to wait for something. And nurture your dreams. I feel like while you're trusting the flow, you need to be like, no, I almost said worried, but I don't mean worried. I mean, like, you need to put your dreams, what it is that you want, in perspective, in priority. All right, Taurus. So I am using the Power of Love activation cards for the main spread. So let's see, Taurus, what is the challenge or obstacle? What is the challenge or obstacle for Taurus? June 20th through June 26th. So we have detachment. You're needing to move away from something or someone. It says you're releasing old patterns and ideas that no longer serve your highest ideals of love. I kind of sensed that last week with Taurus. It's almost like they were going backwards instead of forwards. All right, let's look at lesson learned that can help you with this challenge or obstacle. So Taurus, you have purpose. Beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. It's very much just saying that you need to follow your purpose. There's something or someone that definitely could be, you went backwards, and that definitely could be holding you back. It says you possess the determination and dedication to consciously demonstrate love. And I just want to say really quickly, Taurus, I feel like the reason you went backwards was because you were scared to trust the flow. Something wasn't happening as quickly as you wanted it to, and you went back to something that was more comfortable. But purpose is your lesson learned. So it tells me, one, you've already started to follow your purpose, and it's very possible that you've caused some sort of delay, most likely from like the going backwards. And guys, we just got out of that Mercury retrograde. This last Mercury retrograde was no joke. And then we had that lunar eclipse, and that was another experience where, like, astrological event where people were running backwards to things that they were comfortable with because the energy was so intense and so powerful. But purpose coming out as lesson learned tells me again that that's what's going to help you with the detachment. You know what your purpose is already, and you know what you need to do to follow it, Taurus. And then we have responsibility, which also tells me, Taurus, that whatever your purpose is, it's going to be massive because you have a responsibility to do it. So that's different, unique. It says you're aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. Your thoughts could have something to do with the situation. Like maybe before you were having, like, remember I said that I felt like you were waiting for something and it just wasn't coming in quick enough. So Taurus, maybe it's possible that before you were having like more negative thoughts and you were like, this stinks and it's not working and it's not going to work out for me, or it's not going to be good, or you see what I'm saying? Something like that. And now you're changing those thoughts. You're replacing those negative thoughts with positive thoughts, and definitely could be clearing the path for you. Evolution is on the bottom. All right, so I want to use Llewellyn Tarot. And let's see if we can get a little bit more clarification, Taurus. All right, let's look at that detachment. Detachment in your challenge or obstacle. I've seen the King of Cups twice, and the King of Cups is an emotional attachment. All right, so we have the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands is something you've been doing for a long time. It's heavy burdens on your shoulders. There's something about this person or the situation that you're in that's causing a lot of heavy burdens. And then you have the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles is very easy. It says you need to release something. You need to let it go. I know I've been saying that a lot, Taurus, let it go. And nobody likes that, right? Like, that's not really easy. It's not like we can just go, oh, I let it go, just like that. But definitely feel like you're gripping onto something, you're holding onto something, Taurus, really tightly. And I just want to say the Four of Pentacles, the reason he holds on to these pentacles so tightly is because he thinks there's never going to be any more. And I got that feeling at the beginning of the reading, Taurus. It's like you didn't trust the flow, you didn't trust the timing, and you thought, this is all I'm going to have, so this is what I'm going to hold on to. With purpose, we have the Three of Swords coming out and the Queen of Wands. So the Three of Swords talks about healing from a broken heart, and the Queen of Wands talks about knowing what you're capable of, being confident in your spiritual abilities, being confident in your abilities, period, Taurus. But you have some sort of spiritual ability that heals, because the Three of Swords is definitely healing from a broken heart. So you have something, your purpose is going to have something to do with helping others heal, and responsibility is coming out for the outcome. And I feel like it's because you actually step into your purpose. If you feel like you've been following your purpose and you strayed, it's like you come back. Responsibility, we have the Knight of Cups. So your purpose is to share love, to spread love, because that's what the Knight of Cups does. The Knight of Cups goes around and just the cups are your emotions, how you feel, and knights are messengers, right? And I feel like that's what it is. Your purpose is to spread unconditional love, to share that cup. And then we have the Four of Swords. I feel like that's your purpose. That's what you're supposed to do in this lifetime, in this like the whole time you have left. All right, so the Hierophant is coming out. The Hierophant is Taurus energy, and the Hierophant is about making things official. It's like you have some sort of official role, official purpose. All right, let's pull from Queen of the Moon, and let's do some guidance. Hi, Caitlin. Caitlin is a Capricorn. All right, Taurus, let's see. What does Spirit say? Guidance for this situation. So we have pleasure coming out. Pleasure talks about how you have to release the old stagnant energy. You see that darker colored. You have to release it. It's no longer serving your greater good, so that you can be accepting and more open for this new, more positive energy. We also have fruition. Fruition says you've worked really hard and it's some time for something to come to fruition. I feel like you were wanting this earlier, Taurus, and it's like now is the time. And then we have assessing. And assessing says you are able to look at everything you've done and see how it is that you got to where you are now. And you're also able to see how she's got that telescope? Interesting. We were just talking about that in the Planet Parade. But it's like she's able to see where she's headed. We have nourishment on the bottom. Nourishment, Taurus, says you need to balance mind, body, and soul. All right, Taurus, we're going to close it out with the Moonology oracles, and this is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. I do feel like you are emotional this week, Taurus. So we have expect powerful change, the new moon eclipse, a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. That came out for Scorpio. And a win-win outcome is forecast, the full moon in Libra. I do sense that. Like Taurus, you come out on top of the situation because you start following your purpose. All right, I'm going to leave it there, Taurus. I hope that was helpful. If it was, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all those very good things. It does help my channel grow. And guys, I'm just going to clean up really quickly, and then we'll do Virgo next. The energy seems so much more laid back. I was so rushed for the water signs, and I just felt like I had to hurry, hurry, hurry. Now it's so chill. We are on at a different time though. We normally go live at 2, but we did do water signs at 2, and I did want to get the earth signs out this week. We will do the air signs tomorrow at regular time. Honey, I just remembered you got that doctor's appointment tomorrow. I'm going to try for regular time. If I do have to change the schedule, though, guys, I always post it on my community page so you guys can see if anything's happened. All right, so just finishing up Taurus. It's like Taurus may have ventured off the path just a little. But definitely getting ready to jump right back where they're supposed to be. Super interesting. Thank you guys for coming in. I see you on there on Facebook. Thank you so much. I know it's a different time. I appreciate it so very much. All right, I'm just going to grab a drink really quickly, and then we will start with Virgo. All right, let's timestamp Virgo. Let's do 1717. Virgo, this is going to be for the week of June 20th through June 26th. I did talk about the planet parade and how you can see it with the naked eye. No telescope needed. June 24th, when the crescent moon enters the parade, is probably going to be the best day. In Virgo, you'll be able to actually see the moon and then follow it through. And then you'll be able to see Mercury and Mars and Venus and Jupiter and Saturn. All right. So energy for Virgo, June 20th through June 26th. So we have check your emotions and let go on the bottom. So the bottom of the deck energy, guys, tells me like the overall feeling of what's going on. So it tells me, Virgo, that overall you're having to let something go. It's very possible that you're letting your emotions override something, Virgo. I'm drawn to show you the Hawking's funnel. I show it all the time. And it talks about the different emotions that we feel, the different energetic output, right? And you can see over there on the left, Virgo, it talks about grief and apathy, guilt and shame. Those are lower vibrational energies. Virgo, I was drawn to show you this funnel, because I feel like you already know at this point how to find courage, how to find willingness, how to find acceptance, how to find reason, how to find unconditional love, and move up that funnel until you get up into enlightenment. So I feel like, Virgo, it's very possible that this week you're dealing with something. I'm sensing, of course, a lot of grief, a lot of, and I don't say grief. I don't mean like grief like grieving is what I'm feeling. So you're dealing with a lot of grieving of something because you're having to let something go, right? Something has left. And so what's happening is your emotions are falling down to the bottom, the lower vibrational energies down there. And the way to put them up, you already know, is to find those things I mentioned earlier, and you can raise your vibration back up. So I feel like this week, Virgo, it's very possible that you're going to experience something that's going to bring those emotions down, and you're going to have to implement the lessons you've already learned to raise those vibrations back up. And I do want to say, I don't feel like it's something like you could have escaped, Virgo. I feel like it's a grieving, like a sadness. All right, let's pull from the power of love and see if we can figure out, Virgo, what is going on. All right, so we have cause and effect. You're aware that the love you create in your thoughts is an agent of change and the foundation of your results. I'm almost feeling like you loved someone or something. Something difficult has still happened to cause you to be very emotional, and you're having a little bit of difficulty with cause and effect, like why certain things have to happen. Like something doesn't make sense to you, Virgo. And then we have unity coming out. So unity is lesson learned that can help you with the challenge or obstacle. So unity, it tells me, Virgo, that you already know that we are one. You already understand oneness. You already understand that if someone passes, their soul is still with you. We're all connected. So that's going to be lesson learned. That's going to help you with the situation. But it says you understand that the love shared with another is amplified and has a ripple effect across the universe. All right, and then lesson learned, we have individuality. You leave your unique stamp of love on everything you do. Whatever you've lost, Virgo, whatever you're grieving, is always has you. It's like a part of you is in that situation. All right, let's pull from Llewellyn Tarot. Hi, Sandra. All right, let's see why cause and effect is over here in your challenges or obstacles, Virgo. So we have the priestess coming out, and it is in reverse. So the priestess is very much secrets, mysteries, things of the universe that you haven't quite figured out just yet. And it's very possible too, then that means that, Virgo, you may not understand oneness. That may be what you learn this week. Something's happened where you feel a loss, a grieving, a sadness, Virgo, and something's going to happen this week to show you that it's always with you. You're part of that thing, and that thing, or that, I don't want to say thing because it could definitely be a person, is a part of you. You see what I'm trying to say, Virgo? Knight of Wands is coming out, and it's coming out in reverse. So Knight of Wands tells me, like you're very much you have a sense of needing to take an action, but scared to do so. Knights are very courageous. They're very brave. They travel to unknown places. So it's like going somewhere and doing something you've never done before. But it's like you have fear now because of whatever this loss is. All right, unity or oneness, which is what I got when I pulled that one over. We have the strength card coming out, and the strength card, strong Leo energy here, but it's very much about like an inner conflict. There's something internal happening where you're having to pull from your deep inner strength. And then we have the horned one. So the horned one is like toxic behaviors, unhealthy habits. But here's the thing, this is the Llewellyn Tarot. This horned one, you don't see the two people bound in the fires of hell underneath him, right? He doesn't have, actually, he does have horns, huh? But he's withered. He has like this old shawl around him, like he's trying to hide. With this devil card, I always get the feeling like he's been defeated, right? So Virgo, something's happened where you're experiencing something that you can't explain, something you don't understand, something that doesn't make sense. And it's very much causing you to like go within, withdraw. You may not want to be around people at this time, but the lesson learned, the thing you already know, is this that there's a connection, there's a bond between you and whatever this person is, and it's internal. And I just want to say, if you feel a loss, Virgo, and you feel like it could be trying to like pull you back into like more unhealthier times, I feel like you've already beat that situation, like you've already took it over. We have individuality. So with individuality, we have the Nine of Swords and the Star. The Star is strong Aquarius energy, but it's very much about hope, having hope. But the Nine of Swords, it's very possible that whatever is happening here, it's causing you a lot of anxiety. It's causing you to be able to not be able to sleep well. You can see she's sitting up on the bed and she's holding her head, and the swords are all coming in at her. I'm sensing a lot of negative thinking, especially with cause and effect, that says you're aware of the love you create in your thoughts, is an agent of change and a foundation of the results. So whatever is causing you fear, it's because of the thoughts, and you need to give those a clean slate. You need to wash that away. Whatever has happened has its own purpose, and its purpose may not have anything to do with you, Virgo, or your journey. Two of Wands is on the bottom, and it's telling me you have a decision to make. Virgo, I feel like you're experiencing something that's difficult this week, and you can't explain why it's happening. And it could very much cause you to reflect back on an unhealthier time, a time of maybe like of unhealthy habits, something like that. And I feel like that's causing you a lot of stress this week. But the Star is, I just want to say, a major arcana. So you have the High Priestess, the Strength, and the Star. These are major, I'm sorry, the Devil card, the Horned One. These are major arcanas. So it tells me, Virgo, that Spirit is stepping in this week and helping you. And in the end result, what Spirit helps you with is giving you hope for the future, purification, and a clean slate. All right, let's pull some guidance for Virgo. I'm just seeing the self-love card. All right, so we're using Queen of the Moon, and we're asking Spirit for guidance for Virgo with this situation. So we have the Change card coming out, and it was in reverse. How interesting. So the Change card upside right says that you're using, like, she's pushing off the moon with her feet, and it's like you're using this change to catapult yourself into your future, into your best life. With it coming out in reverse, it is number 35. My ears just started ringing, but I do feel like it's you not wanting the change. Many times I say this person is either pushing the change away, or they're using what's happening to catapult into where they're supposed to be. So all these cards came out in reverse over here in the challenge or obstacle. There is some sort of change that's happened, that's fearful, or something's happened to you, Virgo, where now if change comes, it could cause you to be fearful. And I feel like Spirit is trying to step in, give you a new, like a different way of being able to see whatever it is that you've lost, whatever it is that you feel you're grieving. For some of you, this may just be for one or two of you, but I feel like you've definitely lost a person. It's super interesting. My sister, Virgo, and we did lose, so, I guess you could say like a family, a close family, I wouldn't even know how to, just a family member. And so, yeah, you're kind of could be feeling like emotions like, oh, I wish I would have spent more time with them, or I wish I would have said this, or I wish I would have known there was this issue. You see what I'm trying to say? I'm kind of sensing that here. All right, Virgo. So we have Peace of Mind coming out next. And Peace of Mind says, like she's surrounded in this bubble, right? And it talks about having healthy boundaries, and protecting yourself and protecting your peace of mind. So again, it's like that funnel I showed you earlier, Virgo. If you find yourself moving down into those lower vibrational energies like shame or guilt, or grief, just remember you have to find courage and willingness, and that's going to help you start raising those energies, those vibrations. And we have assessing coming out. Boundaries boundaries is going to be on the bottom, Virgo. So I do have this sense like you need to make sure that you are enforcing healthy boundaries. Assessing says that, in other words, too, I just want to say quickly, Virgo, when I say make sure you're enforcing healthy boundaries, I could be talking to you. Like, make sure you're enforcing your own boundaries. Don't tell yourself that something's your fault if it's not. You see what I'm trying to say? Assessing. Assessing says, look at how you got here, and it's going to show you where you're headed, which is super interesting because the Two of Wands is bottom of the Llewellyn deck, and it very much says something about traveling and something about making a decision. All right, Virgo, let's close it out with the Moonology oracles, and this is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. I do feel like it is an emotional week for you, Virgo. So we have the answers you need are coming. Look at that, full moon in Gemini. And I did get the sense like you feel like you have no answers to whatever has happened here, that cause and effect. We have a new start is coming. It's the new moon. I feel like Taurus got that. And a new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. That one is throwing me off. This could be, for some of you, it could be a relationship. Like an old relationship has ended and now a new relationship comes in. Communication is key. New moon and Gemini on the bottom. So there's some twin energy there. All right, I'm going to leave that there, Virgo. I hope it was helpful. If it was, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all those good things. And guys, I'm going to clean up really quickly, and then we have Capricorn last. Ooh, I just seen Believe in the Impossible, the blue moon. That's my favorite. I wonder if it comes back out for Capricorn. Look, and landed on it. You see that? Oh, I wonder if it's going to come back out. Believe in the impossible. Thanks for coming in, guys, and watching. I know it's a different time. A little different this weekend. Had so much going on. Happy Father's Day to everyone. If I haven't said it already, I hope everyone is enjoying their Father's Day. All right, so almost finished cleaning up from Virgo. An emotional week for Virgo. Sandra says she drew the blue moon doing her own reading last night. Interesting. Oh, those are tough. Yes, Sandra, I know. All right, so almost ready. Sandra says she had to go to the cemetery for her dad's first heavenly Father's Day. I feel like, Sandra, in this tribe, this is going to be weird, but I bet you that there are several of us that had to experience that today. I definitely seen some family members posted on Facebook. Yeah, we have some big father figures that are definitely missing from our family as well. And it's interesting because yeah, some of them, this is the first Father's Day that they're not here. So I imagine it's going to be you know how our energies, our collective tribe is very similar. Very similar. but it just means we understand each other's feelings, which I think is important to know. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with Capricorn. Let's do an even 34 minutes. 34 for Capricorn. This is going to be for June 20th through June 26th. I did talk about the astrology in the beginning of the video. We did talk about the planet parade. I just want to mention really quickly, June 24th, the crescent moon enters between Venus and Mars. And I do feel like that's going to be a very important day, guys, especially if you're on the twin journey. But I feel like it's also going to help people be able to see that planet parade a little bit easier. So June 24th, mark that day on your calendar and go out, look up at the horizon right before daybreak. I feel like right before the sun comes up over the horizon, I feel like you're going to see something very interesting that you won't see again until about 2040. All right, so we are using the Angel Inspiration deck. I do feel like we need all the angel guidance we can get this week. So let's see, Capricorn. What is your energy? June 20th through June 26th. We have the Love card, beautiful, and we have the Be Content card. So remember, guys, Be Content is going to be bottom of the deck energy. So it tells me that there's something in a love situation. You're either wanting more. I think that's it. You just want more of something, Capricorn. And Spirit saying like everything is where it's supposed to be, and the amount of everything is where it's supposed to be. All right, so number 33 too, so that could be significant. 33 is my favorite number. All right, Capricorn, let's see. What is the challenge or obstacle with this love situation? So we have empathy, and it's coming out in reverse. You feel and understand the emotions of another in the service of love. You're having a hard time understanding why someone feels a certain way is what I'm getting. We have responsibility coming out. Responsibility is coming out upright. It's for your challenge. It's going to be for your lesson learned that helps you with your challenge or obstacle. And it does say that you are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. So there's going to be something about the thoughts that you're having with the person or persons that you don't understand why they feel a certain way. And then outcome, we have the past coming out, and the past did come out in reverse. It says, through the power of love, you release any stagnant situations or energy in order to transform your heart space. So I do sense that there is some sort of strong Capricorn energy here that's very much having an issue. It could be love, of course, can encompass several things. It could be like a relationship with a partner. We love everyone, right? It just could be a family member, a relative, a friend. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a sexual relationship. But empathy, I do get that, like you're having a hard time understanding how somebody feels about something. But I do sense that you have some sort of responsibility in the situation, and the responsibility is going to be, one, your thoughts, but also how you express love, how you tell people that you love them. The past is going to be the outcome. I do feel like you're releasing something from the past, and I do feel like that could be why it came out in reverse. All right, let's pull from the elemental wisdom for Capricorn. Change it up just a little bit. I want to see empathy. Why is empathy in reverse? Who is it that you don't understand, Capricorn? So we have the Five of Wands coming out again as challenges, but I just want to say it's not the Five of Swords. The Five of Wands is challenges. It means that you have trained for it, you've practiced for it, you're ready for it. And then the Nine of Wands also comes out. The Nine of Wands is very much about stepping away and being able to see something from a different perspective. Like maybe try to see it from their point of view, Capricorn. All right, let's look at responsibility. What is it that you're responsible for? So we have the King of Wands. Again, it's what are you capable of? Because the King of Wands says, know what you're capable of. Be confident in yourself, but know what you're capable of doing. And Four of Wands comes out. Four of Wands is like financial security, a firm foundation. Definitely could also be union. All right, let's look at the past. So we have the Ace of Coins, exactly, releasing the old stagnant energy and starting something new. Aces is always something new. And we have the Sun, and the Sun does talk about bright joy and bright happiness. So I do feel like you are struggling. You probably have been struggling with this relationship that you clearly love the person, but I do feel, or the situation, it doesn't necessarily, again, have to be a person, but I do feel like you just need to see it from a different perspective. But understand too that Spirit feels, Capricorn, that you've practiced, you trained for the situation, you're ready. And I feel like because you're ready, you're going to be able to release that old stagnant energy, and you're going to be able to find new happiness. All right, Capricorn, let's do guidance. And let's see what guidance Spirit has for this situation. So we have the Wisdom card. Love it. So the Wisdom card, see how she's standing on those books and she's reaching further. You have 22. So you started out with 33. Remember that? So the number of synchronicities can definitely, yeah, be important, Capricorn. So Wisdom says that you've gained knowledge. It's definitely could have been through learning, reading something, but it's also like, see how she's standing and she's like being brave and courageous to stand on this rickety boat on top of all these books, and she's trying to ascend. She's trying to reach for more. It's like she wants more knowledge. You also have purity and creation coming out. Fear is going to be on the bottom of the deck. You're going to have to release some sort of fear, and the fear could definitely be holding you down. Purity, a clean slate. It's like all is forgiven, and it's time to start anew, Capricorn. And then we also have creation, and creation says that whatever is happening right now, you created it. So for some of you, this could have something to do with children. For some of you, this is going to be about a twin journey. But for all of you, there's a purpose, there's a reason for all of it. And most likely it's to teach you how to release this fear. All right, Capricorn, let's close it out with the Moonology oracles. And yes, Capricorn, I do feel like you are a little emotional this week. Maybe not like full moon, overwhelming emotion, but it's like from time to time, it kind of bursts up on you, kind of like. So we have your commitment is being tested. Absolutely. First quarter moon. Take time to breathe out. And your dreams need a practical plan, and that's going to be the full moon in Taurus. On the bottom, we have the fiery climax approaches, and it's the full moon in Aries. And I just feel like it's came out for me all day. So we do have something like coming to a head, coming to a completion. All right, Capricorn, I'm going to leave it there. I hope this reading was helpful. If it was, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all those very good things. And that's it, guys. That's the Earth signs for June 20th through June 26th. Thank you guys for coming in. I know it's such an off time. I appreciate it so much. Oh, look at Sandra. Said her dad knew. Oh. Think of all the time that you had with your dad, Sandra. I feel like for many of us, it's so easy for us to feel and focus on the time that we didn't have. But we should be so very grateful for the time that we did have. All right, guys. Well, it's that time. I didn't offer any free readings at the end of the water signs just because I felt so rushed and I was trying to make sure that we got this one done too. But Sandra or anyone, Caitlin, I see you in Facebook. If you guys have a question or just want some guidance, absolutely. I would love to do one. Just let me know. And Sandra, you've been sending me Facebook stars out the wazoo. Thank you so much. It tells me I can't ever find this. I can't ever get back to the same page, but there is a page where it gives me like this little it's like that funnel, but it's like a little thing, and it tells me like who gave me the most. You know, or, you know, like who's the first, second, third. You know what I'm talking about, Sandra? You're always the first. All last month was the first, and then this month already starting out the first. So thank you so much, Sandra. All right, some guidance. Absolutely. Let's pull from that power of love. And let's just see what comes out. Okay, so responsibility flipped out on its own, and it's that one that says you're aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. So make sure that you're having positive thoughts and you're coming at everything from unconditional love. Release also came out, and it says you have the ability to give over unwanted energies to the loving forces of the universe. So I do feel like you're experiencing some sort of transformation where you're having to release some sort of experience, a person, place, job, you know, something like that. It's something big, it's not minor. Kindness, you're a humanitarian made of love, and you're able to share that energy with others. Again, I'm kind of getting the energy like spirit saying, stay focused on the love that you give to others. Sandra, I feel like you're focusing on something that you are either changing from, transforming from, moving from. You see what I'm trying to say? And Spirit's asking you to focus on what you do give. You have spontaneity. You move beyond the constraints of the mind and freely and lovingly embrace new situations. So, again, there's that transformation, new things coming in. And then you have elevation. You're making the conscious decision to raise your vibration of love. And I feel like that's why all of this is happening, because this is happening. All right, Sandra, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that was helpful. Mrs. L comes in. Hi, Mrs. L. Oh, thank you, Sandra. That is so good. So good. I worked on cleansing yesterday. We went and spent some time at in one of the local water parks with the kids' birthdays. We also went to the lake and had some time on the beach. So lots of cleansing and releasing and all that stuff. And tell me if you guys feel this ever. I feel like sometimes when I do this, water is always helpful for anybody who's an empath, right? They say that it's cleansing and gives you like a fresh slate. Do you feel like when you do it sometimes though that like it's almost making more room? Sometimes I feel like, oh, I'm cleaned, I'm empty, I've gotten it all out, and then I'll wake up the next morning and it's like filling up very quickly because there's suddenly so much space. Hi, Tara. Do you guys ever experience that? Like I swear, I feel like as soon as I do it the next morning, it's like, ooh. Miss L, that's delicious. Sandra says, I was one with nature yesterday. Me and Mother Nature connected deeply, and I was cleansed. Spring water right out of the ground. That is amazing. Beautiful. I used to live in this little town in Tennessee. It's called Woodbury, Tennessee. I didn't live there very long, but they had natural spring water. And I know it sounds weird, but like there wasn't like the houses there, like there wasn't like that's where everybody went and got their drinking water. Like you didn't drink the water that came in that the town gave you, you know what I mean, in your pipes in your home. Everybody took their jugs and went down to the spring and just stood there, and you know what I'm saying, filled up some of the cleanest, best water I've ever drank in my life. All right, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you for coming in. I know it was a different time, but I wanted to make sure to get those earth signs out. I just remembered that tomorrow is Monday, and tomorrow, this summer schedule, guys, I'm going to try really hard to stay on schedule, but there is going to be some things that come up. Junior has been experiencing some situations with his blood disorder, and we've been having to go to the heart doctor, which is all the way in Murray, which is not close by. It's like a good hour drive. So I just, there's going to be days where I might have to push it back. The boys are staying for a little while, vacationing for summer. Yeah, there's just going to be some things. So I do apologize, guys, when I do have to change the schedule. I know it stinks, and I'm so grateful that you guys are so patient with me. But I will always make a note in the community tab if something happens, guys, on my YouTube page, and I'll always post it on my Facebook page. But tomorrow we are supposed to do air signs at 2 p.m. and I am going to try to stick to that schedule. It is possible that I may have to push it back. I just remembered that Junior has another appointment in Murray tomorrow, and it is in the morning, but his heart appointments tend to last a long time, and then it's a good drive back home. So if I do have to push it back, guys, just that it'll show up on my Facebook page, and should also show up on my community tab. But hopefully we'll be home and be able to do air signs on time. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys so very much. All of you always. I'm always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Thank you.